Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, and this is all you get on my face today. It's just going to be highlighting some wonderful items that I have for sale. Now, hold on. Don't turn me off. I'm not going to ramble for 30 minutes about this lamp again. I'm just going to quickly tell you its history, and it is up for sale in the Old Curiosity Shop. So stay tuned and don't go away.
There's an old curiosity shop. Every once in a while I go by there for the fond recollections that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. I've got a nice hot cup of whatever. Actually, it's not whatever. It's coffee, and this is my second cup today. You know, a lot of people say, Scott, you're very hyper. Well, coffee has nothing to do with it. It doesn't matter whether it is totally caffeinated and very strong percolated coffee. I can drink it at midnight and go right to sleep. So my hyperactivity comes natural, not from caffeine. I just thought I would mention that. Now, I will apologize. You're probably going to hear some banging. I'm actually near the front window up here on the 8th floor, and there's construction across the street. The men and women today are working on the steel frame of the building. So you might hear a little bit of that. Okay, here she is for sale right now in the Old Curiosity Shop. It's time to let her go. She was made in 1920, signed L.V. Aronson, made in Newark, New Jersey. L.V. Aronson had the Ronson Company, famous for the Ronson lighters. But before all of that, they were making hood ornaments, bookends, small lamps, things that could be bought in gift shops or jewelry stores in the 1920s. So the base of the lamp is dated 1920. Signed, the shade is also signed Aronson, and it has a date of 1922 because these shades were made for several years. This is really the transition from Art Nouveau into Art Deco. Now, we don't really, a lot of people say, well, Art Deco doesn't start till 1925 when we have the Paris exhibition. Well, no. In order to have an exhibition, you already have to have a body of a body of works, right? The modernist movement, Cubism and all of that stuff got started way before 1920. So we're really moving from Nouveau, the curves, right, into Deco, and the nude female was a popular motif, as you all well know. So she's made of metal with an applied patina. It's all original. You already know that I restitched the shade, replaced the fabric in the shade. I know you can't see the whole thing. So the silk cloth here is in the shade, of course, is replaced, and I put a new gold reproduction cord on there so that it would look really authentic. Well, let's get her turned around a little bit, turn her on. Okay, and she's a beauty. Okay, if you'd like more information about this lamp, I have a very detailed description on the auction site, on my eBay site. So let's move her out of the way. Yes, I give an absolute, complete, detailed description. This you've seen before. I managed to get one more. This is made in Germany. It's not signed Goebel. It's not signed Goebel on the bottom, but after a lot of research, I can attribute it to Goebel. We only have Germany. So it's sort of a Deco zebra. What the zebra was used for, I am not certain. We can all have our guesses whether it was some type of liqueur. Who knows? But I've sold 2 of these, and I managed from that one dealer in North Jersey to get my hands on one more. He was able to get a crate, well, I won't say a crate. I think he got a box of about 50 of them. They'd been in storage forever, and I've been able to get a few from him, but most of them have already been sold. Sometimes they're also in orange. So let's get his head back on there. No chips, no cracks. Beautiful color, Art Deco zebra, marked Germany. It's a ceramic. I don't believe this is porcelain, but it's a nice ceramic, and it has an Art Deco design to it. He told me that was the last one he was going to sell to me, and because I don't know that he has too many more. The cellars, we've already been through this. Kitchen jar, quote-unquote Hoosier cabinet, cellar's cabinet jar, missing its lid. If you are saying, huh, what is he talking about? Well, go back and watch, when was it? Just, I don't know, 2 or 3 days ago video. You get all the information about that. We played What in the Heck Is It? And you know what it is. For the animal lovers, next I have 2 dogs, and this is the first one. And let me see, where's my, well, he's got to be 12 inches tall. I should have my yardstick, my ruler here, but yeah, he's 12 inches tall in wonderful condition. Now he's probably a Japan piece, a left-in piece, or he could be German made. There's a number on the bottom and no sticker. It's a ceramic, and just look how nice the glaze is. I can't find any chips, cracks, or repairs on him at all. So I guess he's a German Shepherd. Somebody else told me he was a Doberman Pinscher. You guys decide. I kind of am not always sure about breeds, but we'll say German Shepherd. And nice face, really good size on him as well, and light crazing to the glaze, which we normally find on these old ceramics. Yeah, so anybody out there have a beloved pet that looked just like that, or looks just like, or looked just like him? He could be yours. He doesn't even have any flea bites on the tips of his ears. Now, when I saw him in the shop, I had to get him. And right next to him was his little buddy here, who I almost left behind because he's damaged, but how are you going to leave that face behind? How could I split these 2 up? They were right there on the shelf like this together. And I don't normally sell damaged goods, but in this case, the top of his ear has been shaved off there. Well, I know with cats, when they get them fixed, they put a little nip in their ear so that, at least they used to. I don't know if they do that anymore. But his ear is chipped off. You crafty folk can put a little lipstick on that, little eyeshadow, little shoe polish, put some clear lacquer over that, and who'll know the difference? So we rescued him. And look at that face. Now, what is he? Is he some type of a boxer? I guess. But once again, I don't know. My dog breeds. Now, he has on the bottom no numbers, but the remnants of a, no, where is it? You're not going to see it right there. That, I can just see the ghost mark of a paper label, which reminds me of the Lefton or the other Japanese labels, whereas this guy's heavier. This is a little bit lighter. He's heavier, and he has a number on the bottom. A lot of the German pieces just have numbers on them. So I don't know, but they're really nice looking dogs. And I hope someone will give them. They're both up for separate, in separate auctions, and maybe they'll find new homes. What am I stepping on over here? You never know around this place. I can't blame the cat anymore for dragging things out at 3 o'clock in the morning and then I step on it. We talked about this, manufactured and sold in the Sears and Roebuck catalog, late 30s into the 40s. This red cattail was so popular. The Brotherhood of Potters, Universal Cambridge, oven proof, made in USA. It's all down there, and it's a good find with the stopper. It's a little chip on the underside of the rim. No big deal. Nice refrigerator jug. You have to be an old timer to remember anybody using these, but it was popular in the 40s. Now, let's take a look at something that I'm really excited to bring to you. That's an antique. Boy, we're really talking antique here. It's an absolutely stunning rosewood tobacco humidor. And this is probably going to date to the Civil War era. It's, 1840s, 50s, 60s, something like that. Rosewood was often used to make these tobacco humidors, and just look at the wood. And look how thin and delicate the handle is, never broken off in all these years. A crack in the lid, which is not a problem. We certainly don't need that crack to authenticate the age, but the changes in humidity over the years, it's going to crack. Beautiful. And it hasn't warped. It even, oh my goodness, it still smells like Prince Albert pipe tobacco, if you can believe that or not. You see the bottom of it. And we don't have any cracks here in the actual humidor itself. A little bit of something there that could be scraped off, some kind of a little scuff there, but just wow. Now, I don't know if you have any pipe smokers in your family. I know, of course, it's not good for us to do that, but a lot of us had grandparents and great-grandparents, or even parents, fathers who smoked pipes, and women smoked pipes in the old days too. But boy, you could do a lot with that as far as decorating your home goes. It's a nice quality piece there. And yes, I did buy this in a Philadelphia thrift shop. I've been holding on to it for a while and enjoying it, but I've forgotten what I paid for it. Now let's take a break from what's for sale, and I want to show you a couple of things that I've purchased at thrift shops or flea markets that I'm going to keep. Just a couple of things. You know how much I love dresser lamps. Wow. I walked into the thrift shop, and there they were. Classic, mid-1920s. By the time we get into the 30s, glass takes over. And as we move from the 30s into the 40s into the 50s, the glass gets chunkier and chunkier and chunkier. But this is classic 1920s spelter or pot metal boudoir lamps with a patina, all original. I'm going to have to rewire them, of course. And one of them has a crack in the pot metal. They're unsigned. Sometimes they're signed and sometimes they're not. The crack in the pot metal is right here, and I'm going to repair that underneath with some epoxy just to stabilize it and keep it from cracking. Look at the design on these. It's just classic. Wonderful, great big old sockets on there. And you know I'll preserve this finish. I'll rewire them. I've got those antique shades. Great. They were like $2.99 each, something like that. I don't know if I want to sell them or not. But I mean, how many pairs of boudoir lamps can a person have, right? All right, let me show you something else that I found. I think you saw this, but I didn't really give you the full view of it. A ceiling fixture, again, classic 1920s, somewhat unusual. Let me turn it this way so that you can see this wonderful polychromed metal mount here to the ceiling. And pull it up in here so you can really see the detail. Even the little dangly finial has been saved. I guess it's not a finial when it hangs down like that, but it's original to the lamp, and this is the way you would see it, looking up at the ceiling. What's fantastic are these two matching glass shades with this sort of fabric drapery, a draped fabric pattern here, and I guess they're festoons or swags. Who was I talking? I was talking to somebody, and I actually was having a conversation about the difference between a festoon and a swag. I think a festoon are draped flowers, where a swag is usually fabric or something like that. What difference does it make? Let's not get caught up in semantics, but well, I guess it does make a difference. We'll just say that we'll call it a festoon, all right? Because I'm feeling festive. But maybe it's a swag. I don't know. What do you say? Anyway, I'm going to keep that for a while. I am really hoarding light fixtures. I'll tell you what, I'm going to be able to probably open up a light fixture store one of these days. And that would be a lot of fun to do that, wouldn't it? Okay, now let's see what else we have. Back to what's for sale. This great big kitchen chalkware. Well, I say kitchen, could go anywhere, but normally we think of these in kitchens. Let me get that off the screen. Okay. It's not broken. It has no big major chips out of it. It's got a few, well, several tiny little surface chips, which are almost unavoidable in chalkware. But nothing has actually been, lopped off of this. There's the hook to hang it. And, you can't really get, that's at least 12 inches there. That's a nice big one, okay? So that's up for sale. And then you saw this a while ago, and now you're seeing it again. This cute little it's probably from the 40s or the 50s, clothespin bag with the original, hanger that it's on. I'm not sure whether this was a homemade thing or not, but there's the dress part. I know you're not seeing it all. There's the inside of the bag, the old buttons. It's got staining on it. Hey, it's been hanging on the clothesline since FDR gave his last speech. And then down inside, you're going to get a whole bunch of these. Now, I didn't count them, but there's got to be at least 25 of them, the old wooden clothespins. This kind, yeah. Now, I have saved about 6 of these, which I'm going to use to restore the banister in the staircase of that antique dollhouse that I have. But the rest of them, they're all going to be tucked down in here. Wouldn't this be great for a display, sort of in a vintage laundry room or some such thing? If you have to be stuck in a laundry room, why not make it enjoyable? So there it is, okay? And it's just solid on the back. What else? Oh, quickly. Ruby red Hocking ice lip pitcher, ready for your holiday use. And there aren't any chips or cracks on this either, or either. Okay, it's a nice big size. And then, oh, is this it? Have we reached the end? It can't be. I've got to have more than that. That might be it for today. Often called swanky swigs. I think these might have had a cheese product in it. Maybe a Kraft cheese product. I'm not sure about that, but there they are. And they're not marked on the bottom. Green with tulips. And then this larger one is actually just marked Hazel Atlas and a little juice tumbler. So I'm going to go ahead and sell the 3 of them together. These are crystal clear. This one has a little bit of cloudiness. I don't know but whether you can see it or not. Just a little bit of cloudiness to the glass. Not too bad. And still the dots are very nice and shiny. This is a fun thing to collect, and a lot of folks display this in their vintage kitchens. Right, right. Okay, let me look around here again. You know what? I can't believe it. I think that's it. That's it for today. Okay. Now, over the last several months, I have received some really nice things in the mail, and I have not publicly thanked or done a video. Next video, very quickly, I'm going to show you some of the things that some folks have sent me. So nice of everyone to think of me and to do that. I'm very appreciative of when folks think about me in that way and send things, and I do want to show you what I've received and say thank you. Well, folks, once again, thank you for watching. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying wait for the cat, and so long for now.